the country music capital of the world, Nashville, Tennessee, here is Grand Ole Opry with the Missouri Flash, Porter Wagoner and the Wagon Masters, Mr. Nice Guy, George Hamilton IV, and Pretty Miss Kay Golden. All yours on today's Grand Ole Opry. With these two old skinny boys on the show, I feel more like a basketball referee than a master of ceremonies.
Now, there he goes, George. Now, you've got a lot of insults to put up with on this program because T's kind of sensitive about him being so short.
What do you mean, sensitive? Ain't everybody wants to look like 10 miles of a white line down a Texas highway?
Just a minute. Yeah. Wait a minute. Just exactly what do you mean by that, Mr. T?
Well, George Hamilton IV, it means that you are skinny.
Now, don't let him get away with that stuff, George. Zing him back, man.
Why, Porter, I can't do that. It'd ruin my public image.
Well, it looks like... Yeah, it looks like it's just me and you, Slick Nickel.
Just a few of us left,
yeah. And right now it's going to be mostly you. What you going to sing?
How about Company's A-Comin', T?
Hang in there, Toothpick.
Oh, Mama, I'm excited. I'm almost out of breath. What I saw like to made me run myself to death. I was on the mountainside when I looked down below. And glory be, I thought I'd better come and let you know that we've got company coming. Company's coming. We've got company coming up the road. They're coming up the mountainside. Susie, don't you run and hide. There's company coming up the road. We'll run out to the hen house and wring a neck or two. We'll have chicken and dumplings and some pet milk gravy too. Grandpa, get your fiddle down, they might want a tune. Everybody hurry, cause them folks will be here soon. Oh, we've got company coming, company's coming. We've got company coming up the road. Land of Goshen's, I allow they'll be here any minute now. There's company coming up the road.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Slick. I couldn't have done that better if I'd been 8 feet tall. That's mighty fine. And now, friends, let's forget our foolishness for a minute and take a look at something really worthwhile. I understand you have a new record out.
Well, that's exactly right, Mr. T. And would you like to hear it?
Oh, we'd be crazy to. What do you call it?
It's a little song called The China Doll.
Well, hit it a lick there, Chopstick.
All right. Sometimes I go down to old Chinatown and just walk around, just wander around where amber lights gleam and blue shadows fall, just dreaming a dream of my China doll, a silk Chinese coat, a little blue fan, coral pink lips, and tiny pale hands. Oh, my China doll, my lonely tears fall. I'll never forget you, never forget you, my China doll.
Sometimes I go down and just hang around and just hang around a boat China bound, and I'd give the world to just leave it all and sail on that boat to my China doll. Thank you.
Mighty fine, Digger. Mighty fine. Speaking of dolls, George, I got a real ever-loving doll that I just captured over here. She's not exactly from China, but she's our kind of people.
Oh, good
I would
deal.
like for you to meet her, Miss
Hello
Kay
there.
Golden.
Glad to meet you, Kay.
I've been dying to meet you.
Well, thank you.
But
Whoopee.
I didn't realize you were so tall.
Well, I'm kind of tall and skinny, I'm afraid.
Isn't he wonderful to you?
Wait now just a darn minute. If you think this boy is something, you ought to see the latest model, George Hamilton V.
You mean he's married?
Afraid so.
To a very jealous woman.
That's right.
Well,
Yes.
there's only one thing I have to say to you, T.
What is
Tom.
that? What is that, dear?
You win again.
Don't say it, honey. Sing it. Come on, gracious loser. Let's go.
The news is out all over town that you've been seen out running round. I know that I should leave, but then I just can't go. You win again. This heart of mine could never see what everybody knows about me. Just trust in you was my great sin. What can I do? You again. This heart of mine could never see what everybody knows about me. Just trust in you was my great sin. What can I do? You win again.
I do like that. I know Hank Williams would be very proud of the way his song was sung there. And that. Say, Porter,
Yes,
don't
sir.
you have a distinguished guest to introduce to us?
I sure have, T. As a matter of fact, we have the country's most outstanding violinist with us today, Professor Augustus Bearbrain. Now, he's had a wonderful musical education, and I understand that he's been all over the world. So what are you doing now, Professor?
Oh, just fiddling around.
Is that right? Well, what are you going to do for us today?
Oh, I can't read right, and I just read music.
well, play it anyway, and let us guess what it is.
All right.
Hey, Professor, there's something wrong there.
All right, T, what do you think of that, man?
Well, I don't know, Porter. I think the program needs a little something like that. Do you have anything else educational to offer?
Well, I think my latest album is kind of educational.
Oh, is that so? What's the
Yes,
title
sir.
of your latest album?
Slice of Life.
A Slice of Life? And what song out of this album is supposed to be most educational?
Well, I believe I would vote for Crying Loud. Tonight I'm all alone in my lonely room. Outside the rain is cold and slowly falling. And when I close my eyes, that's when I realize inside me something keeps calling. I'm crying loud, 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 can't be heard. Oh, you should see these teardrops falling. My heart cries loud, 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 can't be heard. Darling, can't you hear my heart calling, calling? I'm crying loud and can't be heard. Crying for my love, my one and only love. I've cried till my pillow's wet with tears. No matter what you've done, you're still the only one. So please come back and dry these tears. I'm crying loud, 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 it can't be heard. Oh, you should see these teardrops falling. My heart cries loud, 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 it can't be heard. Darling, can't you hear my heart calling, calling? I'm crying loud, it can't be heard.
Thank you, Slimbo. You done real good. And here's something else in the good category. We think you'll find it interesting. Say, Ivy, you got a tune you do that just tears me all to pieces, House.
Oh, is that right? Now, which song could that be, Mr. T?
Oh, well, I don't know what the title of it is, but when you do it, you look a little like a hoot owl, you know.
A hoot owl. Now, let me see. That might be, If You Don't Know, I Ain't Gonna Tell You.
That's it. That's it.
That the one?
Yeah.
Well, if it's okay with you, I'll just sing it for you.
Why not, Dad?
Well, there was a little blonde lived down on the corner. All the boys thought that she was a goner, so I got me a date and went for a ride one night. We rode along and I held her hand. I felt just like a grown-up man till she stood over close and hugged me up real tight. Started to stop or get out and run, but I didn't want to miss out on all the fun, so I asked her to teach me to spoon beneath the moon. She just looked up at me and winked them big, beautiful blue eyes and said, well, if you don't know, I ain't gonna tell you. From now on, it's up to you, fella. Words don't count at a time like this. Ooh, I finally wised up and I learned all the tricks, and now I'm the coolest cat in the sticks, and I got more gals than anybody else I know. I drink white lightning and I drive fast cars. I like pretty gals and smoke-filled bars. I'm a traveling man and I'm always on the go. There's some Mountain Dew being sold in town, and the sheriff's been hunting all around, but nobody knows who the manufacturer is. You asked me why I drive a 59 Ford Deluxe with 3 carburetors, souped-up engine, high-compression heads, and overdrive? Yeah. If you don't know, I ain't gonna tell you from now on. It's up to you, fella. I think you noticed what I'm talking about.
Say, Tommy, wasn't that just about the cutest thing you've ever seen?
Well, I'm telling you, that's a wild one, Kay. The song title, If You Don't Know.
Say, my song kind of ties in with that title, too.
It does? What's the title of it?
No one will ever know.
Well, let's hear it, girl.
No one will ever know. My heart is breaking, although a million teardrops start to flow. I'll cry myself to sleep and wake up crying. I'll miss you, but no one will ever know. I'll tell them we grew tired of each other and realized our dreams could never be. I'll even make believe I never loved you, then no one will ever know the truth but me. I'll even make believe I never loved you, then no one will ever know the truth but me.
Miss Golden, that was mighty pretty singing. By the way, I'm Porter Wagoner,
Well,
and I don't know why T didn't introduce us.
well, it's very nice to meet you, Mr. Wagner. I've certainly enjoyed your singing.
Well, thank you.
Say, you're pretty tall too, aren't you?
And his
thank you.
wife is twice as jealous.
I wasn't going to propose marriage to him.
Oh, you
I
weren't?
was just going to propose that he sing my favorite song,
Oh, well, what song was it you had in mind, Kay?
John Henry.
Porter?
Yes, sir. No sooner said than sung.
Go, Dad.
John Henry was a little bitty dog, no bigger than the palm of your hand. He picked up his hammer and a little piece of steel, said, I'm gonna be a steel driving man, Lord, Lord, gonna be a steel driving man. John Henry drove steel in the mountain till his hammer caught on fire. The last words they heard poor John Henry say, give me a cool drink of water before I die, Lord, Lord. Cool drink of water before I die. Big Dave. John Henry had a little woman, and her name was Polly Ann. Johnny got sick and he had to go to bed. Polly drove that steel like a man, Lord, Lord. Polly drove that steel like a man. Well, they took John Henry to the graveyard, laid him 6 feet under the sand. Every time a freight train goes puffing by, they say, yonder lies a steel driving man, Lord, Lord. Yonder lies a steel driving man.
Oh, Slick. That's fine, Dad.
Thank you, T.
Man, I
Thank
do
you.
like that one. Say, Porter,
Yes,
You
sir.
got a whole wagon load of wagon masters back there, and we ain't called on but just one of them.
Well, as a matter of fact, the Wagon Masters has a guest today, Pete Drake, and we'd like to have him do a tune for us from his one of his albums called For Pete's Sake.
Great. Thank you, Pete. Oh, man, that was fine. Now here's a word from some good neighbors and good friends of ours and yours. Porter, we've had a lot of fun kidding with you and George Hamilton IV today, but time has come now when I want to ask a real favor of you. How about you and the trio doing our sacred number for today?
We'd just be more than happy to, T. We'd like to do one that's a favorite of ours called The Family Bible.
Wonderful.
There's a family Bible on the table. Its pages torn and hard to read. But the family Bible on the table will ever be my key to memory. At the end of day, when work is over, and when the evening meal was done, Dad would read to us from the family Bible, and we'd count our many blessings one by one. I can see us sitting round the table when from the family Bible Dad would read. I can hear my mother softly singing, Rock of Ages, cliff for me, cliff for me.
Oh, very, very nice, Porter. Beautiful.
Thank you very
Well,
much.
sir friends, that puts the stopper on another jug full. We sure enjoyed our boys, George Hamilton IV, of course, you, Porter, Porter Wagoner, and of course our lovely little lady friend, Kay Golden. Thank you all so very much for being with us. And you were great. We'll be looking for you next week when we have another big lineup of stars on our Grand Ole Opry.